Hey lovelies! I am here today in my new place. I'm sat on my bed in my little nook, my bed nook, which I love. It's great. Yes, I'm all settled into my new place. Lila is here with me and I'm super happy because I missed her immensely. Not having her for 3 months was just awful. Just awful. Any cat lovers out there will understand how I feel because there are little fur babies. I never want kids, so she will always be my child. My hair is different yet again. Pink just doesn't last. For anyone that's thinking about dyeing their hair pink, it definitely doesn't last very long, so keep that in mind. I'm back to black, and I kept the roots purple. Whee! Anyways, I wanted to do today's post to share a couple of things. One of the things that I wanted to share today were the vows that I made to myself before I made these huge life changes. I mentioned the vows I made to myself in my second to last post, I guess, the one with my pink hair when I was giving you guys some updates, and I wanted to share those today with you guys, especially because I feel like the sequence of my posts were actually incredibly relevant, doing my updates post and then posting about actively participating in your own happiness, because I find after I got to edit and post that one on YouTube, I couldn't help but grin and smile because I recorded that post before all of these huge life changes happened, and it's just insane what has happened in my life and what actively participating in my own happiness brought me. So I feel like I want to talk a little bit about that. And Lila's just going to be entertaining for you guys the entire post apparently, because she's just hanging out. So try not to be too distracted by her. I know I'll try not to be too distracted by her. First thing I will mention is I am super happy in my new place. I'm really stoked to be back living right in town. I'm walking everywhere again, which is just so much fun. I'm in a pretty spacious bachelor suite. It's beautiful, it's nice. I'll give you guys a tour one day when I'm finished completely setting up how I want it to be. But life is good, life is awesome. So I am, let's see, 3.5 months into these big life changes and I still just couldn't be happier. My heart feels like it is exploding every single day. I just feel incredibly in love, incredibly grateful for everything that I have in my life right now. I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be more satisfied with what's going on in my life right now. That's a little self-update, I guess. La la la. Okay, so what actively participating in my own happiness brought me were all of these huge life changes. I cannot believe how everything happened, the spiral effect, the events that lined up perfectly for everything to come into place, for me and my new boyfriend to start our relationship, for that push for me to leave my ex, for me to step out of my comfort zone entirely and make these huge life changes. For anyone that thinks that this was an easy decision for me, it really wasn't. I was thinking about this since the beginning of January, at least seriously thinking about it since the beginning of January. So it took a long time for these big life changes to happen. So for anyone that's in a similar situation and feels the huge tug-of-war, back and forth, battle going on inside your head, then just keep in mind that it does take time. They are big life changes, and be patient with yourself, be gentle with yourself. Trust the timing of your life, really do, because I know that for me, if I had made these big changes back in January, things might not have gone as smoothly, so I'm very grateful for how everything lined up when they did. Anyone thinking about making these huge life changes, really do trust yourself, trust your heart, trust that feeling inside of you. Chances are you know what you need to do for yourself, but actually making that decision, it will take some time. It'll probably take some pushes and shoves and some kicking and screaming, but eventually, you know, you'll do what you need to do for yourself. Be patient with yourself and trust yourself. That's my little bit of advice on that. So that being said, I'm going to share the vows that I made to myself, and I'd like to say that I had the biggest grin across my face when I went back and reread these vows in my, my little happy diary here, because I made these vows to myself in May. It was May 4th, and within a month and a half, that was when the big change officially happened. But the events that came from the point I made the vows to the big changes that actually happened were astounding. Just the way things lined up, came together. It's just amazing. It still blows my mind. It's inspiring, and I think it's another reminder of the law of attraction and what making vows to yourself like this does. And a big part of this was accepting that I deserved something good in my life, accepting that I was worth something good in my life, that I deserved to be happy, that I deserved to have everything that I wanted. And not only that, but finally believing and accepting that these things were possible, because before this point I had kind of accepted my situation, accepted that this was maybe going to be the rest of my life, and there wasn't anything better, and that this was just the way things were supposed to be. I'm so glad that I stopped that mentality, because you don't have to settle. You never have to settle. I saw this amazing quote on Instagram the other day. If you follow me on Instagram, then you will probably know this, and a lot of my posts on Instagram have been very lovey-dovey. As I said, I feel incredibly in love. I cannot believe this is why I'm going to share this little quote here. I'll post it on the screen. But it's, "Unless it is mad, passionate, extraordinary love, it is a waste of time. There are too many mediocre things in life. Love should not be one of them." And I cannot agree more with this quote. And it's out of no disrespect to my ex-husband. It's just, you should never settle for something that doesn't make you come alive, that doesn't make you feel passionate. And one of the things that isn't included in my vows was a list of things that I decided that I wanted, and I wrote down everything that I wanted in a relationship. I wrote down that I wanted deep, passionate love that made me come alive, that brought fire back in me. I wanted to feel butterflies in my heart and in my stomach and in just every part of me every single day. And I have that now, and I have that every single day. I feel just this love pounding and basically exploding out of my heart. I've never had this feeling before, where you can actually feel this energy that just, it really does feel like it's just pouring out of your heart. Another little piece of advice is don't settle, because you deserve so much more. You deserve exactly what you want in a relationship and a partner and love. You deserve an incredible love, and the love that I was able to find because I made my list, I said what I wanted, and he was right there in front of me. Never settle. Do not settle for anything in life, because everything is possible. Believe in your dreams and chase those dreams. Getting to the vows that I made to myself on May 4th that caused the spiral effect of my life. The vows. I vow to be happy. I vow to be open and honest with myself. I vow to find my fire. I vow to be myself, love myself, and respect myself. I vow to actively participate in my own happiness. I vow to be kind and gentle with myself. I vow to stop feeling badly or apologizing for being human, for not being okay, or for being myself. I vow to embrace all that I am and who I am, and to embrace all sides of myself. I vow to never allow someone else to take away my self-worth. I vow to get my spark back, to feel myself again, to get my life back. I vow to speak my mind. I vow to have the courage to do what I need for myself. I vow to be bold and to take risks, to be strong and courageous. I vow to let go. I vow to release what no longer serves me. I vow to change and to grow. I vow to live my life for me. I vow to live a fulfilling life. So those were the vows that I made to myself, and like I said, the spiral effect that happened thereafter is still just mind-blowing and astounding. So make lists for yourself, vow to yourself that you deserve something amazing. Write down vows exactly like this and just watch the transformation in your life. I should mention that you can't just make vows to yourself without meaning or without feeling behind them. The more you feel them, the more you feel they are true and honest, and you can believe them and live by them, and that you truly deserve these things. That is what is going to manifest things into your life. That is what is going to create the chain of events that will transform your life into something beautiful and perfect and magical. That being said, I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything and say that this was some easy thing for me to do to reach this point where I made these vows to myself. Like I said, I had started this deep, terrible struggle within myself at the beginning of January. There wasn't a day that went by that I wasn't crying or feeling incredibly tormented by this decision and what I need to do for myself. It's not that I was entirely depressed, but my life at home didn't feel fulfilling, and I did feel depressed a lot of the time in that aspect of my life. It began to suck away at my self-worth, definitely, and whenever that happens, it begins to affect other areas of your life. So it took me a long time and a lot of struggling. Clearly it took 5 months for me to rediscover that I was worth it and that I deserved that self-worth. During those 5 months, I did go a lot of back and forth. I wrote a couple of little, not vows, but things that I wanted from my life. Back in April, I made another list. And again, though, even from that point where I made that list and I started to make sure I was doing my gratitude practices again and making sure I was inspiring myself and making sure I was actively participating in my own happiness, once you start doing that, it may take a couple of months, it may take a while, but the more you practice it, the more it's going to have an impact on your life, and the more you're going to find that self-worth again. And the more you find that self-worth, the more things are going to manifest, because if you believe you are worth it, if you believe you are worthy of amazing things in your life, then that is when they're going to come. And you're going to attract them, and you're going to bring the right people and circumstances to you. Yes, actively participate in your own happiness. That post is such an important one. I hope this post has helped you a lot as well. Remember that you are worthy of everything. Remember that you never need to settle. Remember that you deserve an amazing, beautiful dream life. Never ever give up on your dreams. Always believe that everything is possible, because it really truly is. That is my post for today. I hope you're having an amazing day. I hope you are practicing participating in your own happiness. Remember, like I said, do it every day. Do gratitude lists. Do everything that I said in the actively participating in your happiness post, because it makes a difference. It really does. It adds up, and the more you practice it, the more you will feel happy and feel that happiness grow inside of you and pour out into all other aspects of your life, and you will live your dream perfect life like I am. So do that. Absolutely do that. Have a fantastic day. Get out there and smile. Enjoy some fresh air, some sunshine. Enjoy this fall weather. It is beautiful outside. I love fall. The colors just amazing. Have an amazing day, guys. Love you. Till next time.